Hi everyone, I'm going to react to Avatar The Last Airbender, Season 3, Episode 19, Susan's Comet Part 2, The Old Masters. And the last episode was Susan's Comet Part 1, which wound up with Ozai crowning himself the Phoenix King, and then crowning as well as the Fire Lord, I guess. And Aang got spirited away by something. He woke up somewhere. I don't know where that was, but yeah. And then the others, Zuko and the others went to get what's her name? June, to help look for Aang. So yeah, that's what happened last episode. And before we get into this one, if you guys are my reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and please consider supporting my Patreon at patreon.com/filmini. And now let's start this episode. And here we go. Okay guys, in case the reaction gets blocked and I had to cut out the reaction itself, you can just look in the pinned comment in the comment section where for the link to the reaction highlight itself, so you can just click on it, watch it, and then you just come back for my review. Book 3 Fire, Chapter 19. Susan's comment part. He's sad about that. See, everybody's seeing what I'm seeing. Oh, yeah. Did that convince her? Aww. Appa and Nala make it nice. You can't find? They can't find him. He's in the spirit world? Even if he's in the spirit world, his body should still be in this world, right? I don't know. See? We thought the same thing. Maybe this island, I don't know, is veiled by something? Uncle? Uncle? Appa. Yeah, I'm thinking, is there like a stuffed animal Appa? There must be, right? Oh, Basing say that's the earth. Oh. Contact the spirit world? Can he though? Or is this place blocking that? Okay. Roku! Here are... Oh, the Lotus people, right? Boomy? Boomy is earthbend. Then there was fire. Oh, was that the water teacher, master that taught Katara? Why do I feel like he's gonna be cycling through all the avatars, all the previous avatars, and they're gonna give their wisdom? And he's gonna be confused. Oh, that's the fire bending that was teaching. Oh. Oh. Yep. Jong Jong. Oh, the sword people. The Lotus. from Uncle. Oh. And oh my goodness, they're all gonna participate in this battle. It's gonna be so awesome. It's gonna be so freaking awesome. I cannot wait. Wait, have I seen this before? Is that why I can predict what's gonna happen? You know, as like I said, I've seen parts of the show before, but I don't remember seeing it all the way to the end. He died. Basically killed. I feel like I might have seen this before. That's why I was able to say it, but I don't know. I don't remember. Like, I don't know. We'll see. Ah, you don't have fire. You forget. Here I'm thinking that this dude is the one that made me feel earthbending love. It awoke my love for earthbending. So to see him basically, of course he will do all that. I haven't seen this one before. Have I? Ah, dang it. Okay. Like I said, confusion. Ay, I'm feeling so much right now. He can't face him. He doesn't. He's probably waiting with a cup of tea. Okay, sleeping. Mm. But so basically, she's giving him permission to kill. Uh, I don't see him doing that. You're making me tear up. It's just like a floating island. Is it like an animal? A giant animal that lives on the water? You know, like that big elephant in One Piece. Instead of swimming, why don't you like airbend around it and go to the front and try to see the face? The Father Lord. That's not what you said. Not Azula. Oh, Zuko. Fire Lord Zuko. That sounds good. Aww. And face Fire Lord Azula. Mhm. Everybody has assigned duties, I guess. Aww. That's exactly what I was thinking. He's T shop. Me too. He has to be. The show is ending. Hi. What the heck is that? Is that a. What the frick? This show has so many weird. What the heck did you just do, Lion Turtle? The Fire Lord? Well, no, the Phoenix King. Is that who he meant or somebody else? The episode's about to end. There's the comet. The comet is here. The final battle is upon us. Okay, pause. What the heck? Ay. The final battle is upon us, people. Okay, let's talk about Aang for a second. He woke up in this place, and he thought at first that maybe he was in the spirit world, but no, he can still use his bending. Momo can see him, so he knows he's not in the spirit world. He doesn't know where he is, so he decides to, contact the spirit world and ask for advice from the previous Avatar masters and whatnot. And each one of them, for some reason, I knew what was going to happen. Like I said, before I started the show, I have seen some episodes of the show, but I just don't remember ever watching it through the end or ever seeing how it ended. And keyword is I don't remember having done that. So when he sat here and then he wanted to talk to Roku, and Roku said, "My advice to you is do this," and then he disappeared. And then I'm like, okay, it feels like he's gonna be contacting all the previous avatars and getting advice from them. And that's what happened. I just don't know if I actually saw it before and that's why it came to me like that, or it's just my imagination as I was watching the show. But yeah, every other avatar. And I love how it was referencing something that we've previously seen in the show. When Roku when Roku first showed up, he talked about how when he faced Sozin, he gave him mercy, and then because of that, all that happened, the war started and everything. And then when he came to Avatar, what's her name? Why am I forgetting her name? Whatever, like the earthbending Avatar master, Avatar, or whatever. And when she showed up, she talked about how she faced that dude that just stood at the edge and just fell to his death, But then she also said that if he was, the guy died because of, his own stupidity or whatever, but if she had to kill him, she would have, if he came down to it. And then they brought this waterbending avatar. I don't think we've seen him in the show, but his story referenced the face stealing monster thing that Aang faced at one point. And he said that he was this laid back avatar, letting other people solve their own problems. But then he was so laid back that he wasn't able to save his wife, right? And she got her face stolen by that co-poster. So he also gave basically the advice that you have to do everything that you said something about shaping your own destiny. And I'm like, okay. And then Aang was like, okay, maybe if I talk to an air bending master avatar, that the previous air bending avatar, that, since they basically sort of like have the same mentality, air nomads and whatnot, they value life at all costs and stuff like that. But then this person also showed up and she's like, yeah, that's what the monks teach, but you are never gonna reach that level because you are supposed to be protecting the world. So forget about enlightenment, reaching enlightenment or whatever. It's whatever it is that you have to do to save the world, which basically means if it came down to it, you have to kill Ozai. And after all that, he's like, okay, I guess since all of them are telling me to kill him, then I guess I'm just gonna have to kill him. That's where he came down to. And then the island or whatever where he was started moving. And then I immediately thought of, was it Zoe? The Zoe elephant in One Piece. It was also a big elephant that was traveling. That's why you couldn't look at it or whatever. So I'm like, okay, is this thing also an animal? And it turned out to be a lion turtle, which this show has so many crazy looking animals, mix and matches of animals. I'm like, okay, a lion turtle. And his thing was, he gave this speech that I'm like, huh? Okay. And then I don't know what he did to Aang. He pinched his head, shining some kind of light on him or something or other. He talked about light, I guess banishing the darkness. I don't know. He did something to him, and then he left him where Ozai was going to show up. And he's like, just wait there. He's going to come. And Ozai is ready his people to get there. So I'm like, yeah, that's Aang's part of things. And then you have Zuko and the others. They went to June, right? And Naila to find Aang. But then when they gave the staff for Naila to smell, he couldn't find him in this world. So the others are like, he's not in this world. So he's gone. They don't know what happened. So he's like, okay. She's like, I can't do anything with that. But then Zuko wanted to find Iroh because he feels that Iroh would be a great help when he came to face Ozai. And he was carrying these old shoes, of Iroh, and then he gave that to her, and they smelled it, and then they found that he was in Ba Sing Se. And then when they got there, you have all these other masters that showed up. I'm like, when I saw Boomy, I'm like, oh, they scroll through everybody that showed up, right? But then Boomy was the first one that I latched onto, but as the scenes were playing out, then I started like remembering all the faces that I saw. I'm like, wait a second, was that all the masters that taught them stuff along the way? And yeah, it was. You had Boomy, right? You had the person that taught Katara water bending, and you know how they told the story about how he and their grand were betrothed, I guess. And now he's like, they basically got back together. So yeah, he called me Gramps Paku, and Sokka was like Grandpaku. Like no. So he also was there, and then you saw the John, who was the first firebending teacher that was teaching Aang, and then he heard Katara. He also showed up, and then you had the person that taught Sokka the way of the sword. He was also there, and they were all part of the White Lotus thing. Association, whatever. And Iroh was the one that brought them together, and he's like, they have a duty, they were there basically to reconquer Ba Sing Se. That was their goal, because Iroh felt like he said he had a dream when he was a child that he was going to conquer Ba Sing Se, but then he realized that he's supposed to reconquer Ba Sing Se back from the Fire Nation. So that's what they were going to focus on. Right? Oh, that moment when, they brought Zuko to where Arrow was, and he was Arrow is in the tent. He's outside, but he's like, he can't make himself go in there. And Katara had to give him this pep talk, and then he got there, and then I'm like, I was like, he's probably waiting for tea. But no, he was sleeping. And Zuko just sat there and waited until he woke up. And when Arrow woke up, he turned his back on him, right? Like he did previously when he betrayed him and he came to talk to him and he was not like saying a word. And he was crying there. And then you see Zuko crying. Oh, and then the way he turned around immediately and just hugged him and they were both crying. I'm like, oh, I love this too. So yeah, they reconciled, I guess, and then Zuko was asking Iroh to come help defeat Ozai, but he's like, he can't be the one to defeat Ozai, and he's not even sure that he could, because he would just turn into something. He would just turn into, a brother killing a brother to claim the throne, stuff like that. That it needed to be Aang that defeated him. And that once you defeat him, there has to be this new Fire Lord that's going to take the Fire Nation into a better, future. And that person is obviously Zuko. Can't be Azula, because Azula is basically her father, and that's not good. So it has to be Zuko. And I've been waiting. I knew there was going to be a final fight between Zuko and Azula. And but Iroh was like, you're probably not gonna be able to defeat her by yourself. And then he asked Katara, and Katara is going there. That moment when June basically called Katara Zuko's girlfriend, I'm like, yo, I feel like this show I don't know if they were still making episodes as the show was occurring, I guess. It was on Nickelodeon, right? I don't know if they were still crafting new episodes as the show was being aired on Nickelodeon. And then as the show was, the show I'm guessing the show already always had the vision of having Aang and Katara together. But then, as the show was airing, I feel like people started noticing, or a lot of people wanted Katara and Zuko maybe together. And this was a way for the show to basically acknowledge what people were saying out there. With June referring to Katara as Zuko's girlfriend, and me also personally thinking that they have more chemistry or whatever that I would have preferred those two together. But yeah, when that happened, I'm like, even in that play that they had, they made the illusion that Katara and Aang were together, and no, Katara and Zuko were together. So it's like, I feel like this show knew what people were saying out there or what I was saying in here. Well, whatever. So he asked Katara to help him, to go with him to defeat Azula. I think he's like, yeah. And then Sokka is like, okay, so what are we supposed to do? Because everybody seems to have their destiny. Is Zuko's destiny to defeat Azula? Is Aang's destiny to defeat Ozai? Is Arrow's destiny with the other Lotus members to reconquer Ba Sing Se? And, they're like, okay, so what are our destinies? My destiny. And then he's like, what do you think? And then that's when Sokka is like, we need to take down the airships, firebending airships and stuff. So that's where Sokka and Toph are going. They're going there to find a way to crash those ships. So yeah, like everybody is stationed where they're supposed to be, for the final battle, for the final episode. So I'm like, yeah, this final episode is gonna be. And then they talked about what Bumi did when the eclipse happened. He was able to reconquer Omashu from the firebenders, so that was pretty awesome to see. Okay, is there anything else? I think that's basically what happened this episode. So I loved it, and I'm looking forward to the next episode. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. And if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe. And if you want to see my reaction to the final episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender, you can do so by checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/media. And you can also see the full length of this reaction there as well. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.